computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. A computer can store, retrieve, and process data. From typing documents, sending emails, playing games on your Xbox or PlayStation, or just browsing the web, a computer is around you at all times. There isn't only one type of computer, there are many types. Computers are all around you, from laptop computers to smartphones to smartwatches, and they're changing the world daily. When most people say computer, they're talking about a personal computer. This can be a desktop computer or a laptop. It has basically the same capabilities, but in a more portable package. Personal computers come in a few different styles. The most common type uses the Windows operating system. Macintosh computers feature the macOS operating system, while Chromebooks run on Chrome OS. Tablets are handheld computers that are even more portable than laptops. Instead of a keyboard or mouse, tablets use a touch-sensitive screen for typing and navigation. The iPad is an example of a tablet. Smartphones and other mobile devices mostly use the iOS or Android operating systems, as computers come in many other shapes and sizes. TVs, game consoles, and even appliances like refrigerators can have built-in computers. Computers use a combination of hardware and software every time something happens. Hardware is any physical part of the computer, which includes the internal components. If you can touch it, it's hardware. Software is any set of instruction that tells the hardware what to do, such as a web browser, media player, or word processor. Software are the apps, games, or programs. Let's look at the external parts of a computer. The most basic computer setup usually includes the computer case, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. But you can plug many different types of devices into the extra ports on your computer. These devices are called peripherals. A printer is used to print documents, photos, and anything else that appears on your screen. There are many types of printers, including inkjet, laser, and photo printers. An all-in-one printer allows you to scan and copy documents. A scanner allows you to copy a physical image or document and save it to your computer as a digital image. Speakers and headphones allow you to hear sound and music. Depending on the model, they may connect to the audio port or the USB port. Some monitors also have built-in speakers. A web camera, or webcam, is a device that can record videos and take pictures. It can also transmit video over the internet in real time, which allows for video chat or video conferencing with someone else. Whenever you buy an electronic device, such as a mobile phone or MP3 player, check to see if it comes with a USB cable. If it does, this means you can most likely connect it to your computer.
Let's start off with the motherboard. The motherboard, or logic board, is the central communication center and heart of every computer system. It links all the components and peripherals together. All of the other parts are connected to the motherboard. Some of the most important parts of the computer are contained here, such as the CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Also known as the processor, this is the brain of your computer. Just like the brain sends and receives messages to every part of the body, everything your computer does runs through the CPU. The CPU takes commands from programs and sends the results to the display. The motherboard also hosts the computer's RAM, or random access memory. When you open a program or file, data is stored in the RAM for instant access at a later time. This helps speed things up. The more RAM your computer has, the more files and programs can be stored for quicker access. If you're doing general everyday computing, you won't need large amounts of RAM. But if you're working with big databases, video editing, or games, more RAM will help things run smoother. RAM is volatile, so when the computer is turned off, the RAM is cleared. When you restart the computer, programs and files are added back to the RAM as they're opened. Next up, we have the hard drive. The storage drive, or hard drive, of your computer is where all your pictures, documents, music, videos, programs, and the operating system itself are stored. This is non-volatile storage, unlike RAM, and all the data of the storage drive will be there indefinitely, as long as the drive works or isn't wiped out. There are essentially two different types of drives, HDD and SSD. HDD, or hard disk drive, is a mechanical storage device for your computer. They store all of your data on a magnetic platter instead of in memory chips. You can get a much larger hard disk drive at a lower price since they're cheaper to make, but the speed of them is slower. They also have a lot more moving parts than solid-state drives. This will affect the performance of your computer overall. SSDs, or solid-state drives, are made of non-volatile memory chips. Because there are no moving parts, an SSD is much faster than a hard disk drive. Solid-state drives are more stable as well since there are no moving parts to break. This isn't to say they won't fail though, they just tend to be much more stable. Solid-state drives are more expensive too, but when it comes to performance and saving your important files, it can definitely be worth the investment. Next up is the power supply. The computer system and its components cannot use the power directly from a wall outlet because the amount of power required to run computer systems varies. Complex systems need more than simple AC voltage, so the power supply's role is to take that power and convert it to the voltage that each part of your computer needs, using different cables and connector types. Now that we've seen the key inside parts, let's move on to the essential peripherals. The keyboard is an essential input component of a computer system. It's the only device that allows users to input commands in the BIOS, write text and codes, and other input functions. Laptops come with a built-in keyboard. The trackpad or mouse allows a user to navigate around the screen and click on items that require input. A mouse is an external component, primarily designed for desktop computers. Laptops have built-in trackpads that perform this role. The display screen facilitates the interaction between the device and the user. It can come in the form of an external monitor for desktop computers or built into the computer for laptops or all-in-one systems. A touchscreen display is sensitive to pressure, allowing the user to touch words or pictures on it using their fingers or a special type of pen. What you see on the screen is known as the GUI, or the Graphical User Interface.